Cynthia is definitely an innovative person, that's for sure.
Always ready and curious on exploring something new.
I think often lawyers use the law to stop things from happening, and Cynthia has used law to make things happen.
She's a firm believer of if you really want to achieve something, you can really create it and realize it.
I'm a Manhattan girl, if you can't tell from my accent. I didn't want to go anywhere else in the country. I wanted to go to school in Manhattan, so New York Law School was the natural choice. I started doing more and more work for my parents with their real estate. I started teaching myself foreclosures, evictions, bankruptcy, and then somebody from Long Island Savings Bank asked me if I wanted to take on 50 files at one time, which was a lot, by myself. And my sister was my paralegal. In the back of my parents' funeral home, I had free rent, so that helped.
I always just think of that image of Cynthia sitting at a desk in the back of a funeral home with, who knows what's going on in the front of the funeral home.
It was very quiet, yes. But it was very hard getting any other help besides my sister to work with me in the office over there. But that's how it started.
She started that law firm about 20 years ago, and we have a total of about 400 people in the organization now.
With the 400 plus people that we employ, my husband and I, we have over 20% of the people have some sort of a disability, ranging from developmental disabilities to attorneys who are deaf.
And what we strongly believe in, and it's really just so innovative, is that we just believe in giving people opportunities, and that's who we are. And that translates from what she learned at New York Law School to what she practices and really what she believes in as a person.
I met Cynthia this year for the first time, but we had actually known each other for a number of years as I had been going to her winery out on the North Fork of Long Island. And so it was great to understand the genius behind the magic of Sparkling Point, and even better to know that someone from New York Law School is the one who brought the inspiration to the place.
My husband and I have been coming out here our whole lives. Our families have property out here. We like to drink wine. We started seeing the first wineries pop up about 40 years ago and more. And about 10 years ago, we just decided to do it. So we went shopping for a piece of property. We found this piece of property that was a dilapidated nursery. Gave him a $100 binder on the back of a napkin, and we built the winery, and here we are 10 years later.
In only a few years, it's been really 8 years, we were able to already reach the level of being known in the most prestigious wine magazine that are read all around the world. So I think it's a great achievement in a very little time.
The school gave me a tremendous foundation. A practical, everyday approach to using the law in whatever you do. Because anything you do can be very creative. You just have to think of it in a creative way. I think law is extremely creative. Every time I pick up a case, I would try to think out of the box, as they say, and think of a new and creative way to solve the problem and achieve the goal that I want to achieve. At New York Law School, it's a fantastic foundation for life.